Okay, so I am a senior in high school. My dream as an artist is to become an illustrator of sorts. I know that's vague and I know that's a very basic statement that many people have said. But the problem is, I'm not sure what I want to do. TV shows, I adore movies, I adore books, I don't even play games that often, but I adore like the artistic side of it. I love art. And the problem is, it's like, where do I even begin? I like animating, but would I want that to be my job? Probably not. I like storyboarding. I like comics, but I'm not a good writer. And I kind of feel like I'm kind of a faker in a way. Even though I am writing my own, currently. I'll talk about that in a minute. I never really read, like, issues, I have an example. Hi, My Little Pony mention. I never really read comic book issues in this way when I was younger. I more so read, like, the books. I read Raina freaking Tegelmeyer, Smile series, drama, all of those. I read the Real Friends book and all the books made by her, excuse me, by the way. There's this girl, Terry Libenson, that I was given books of, and I love her. I adore her. I really like the writing style of it's two different perspectives. One side it's comic books, the other one it's like a kind of like a journal type scenario. And the two characters are connected in a way, and all the stories kind of intermingle in a way. I like that. I already read the first Scott Pilgrim book, but I'm reading all of Scott Pilgrim right now. Yeah, I'm reading all of Scott Pilgrim right now. I'm enjoying it and having a good time. And it really Anyway, I read a bunch of the My Little Pony comics, and I have some I was given, I don't know what's behind me. I was given those, and I adore them because I just love the My Little Pony comics. But the problem is that I've never been that good at writing stories that make actual sense. I like the idea of it. I like reading stories and picking apart how it works and like formulating them, but I'm not the best with actually presenting it in word form, which is part of a key part of writing comics, the word writing. I know art is an integral part of it, obviously, but writing it, it's like they work together. That's the entire point. It's a book that's made visually. And writing is not my strongest attribute? I guess that's the word for it. And I just kind of feel like I'm like inserting myself into a world that I never really was part of, because I liked superheroes, don't get me wrong, I liked all of that stuff, but I never was really into them deeply enough to be reading books about them. I liked to see the movies. I liked shows sometimes. I know that I watched a bunch of the Spider-Man movies. Guardians of the Galaxy, when they came out, I really liked them. I enjoyed all of those, but I never really read comics. I never read those, never really got into them, even though I think they're interesting. I see them. People I know are into them, and I go, wow, that's awesome. I really like hearing about this, but I just never was part of that community. And since I am basically entering a world now as almost an adult, it's like I'm inexperienced in a place where it really helps if you knew about it beforehand at all, and just like in a passive way, just being near it. And I never really had that. And it's like it makes me feel like an imposter a little bit. And like maybe I am a little bit of a faker. I'm just a little trend hopper. I'm a performative geek, performative dweeb, performative artist. That's how it makes me feel. But getting all the personal stuff out of the way, I need to learn how to actually create. I need to learn how to develop my stories into comic book form, into maybe storyboards, Actually, I'm not putting my effort into a show. And hey, if this reaches more than my friends, hey guys, is there anyone out there who knows what they're talking about? Anyone who knows comic books, come to me and I can reach out to you. We can talk. Talk to me about your job, talk to me about your interests of comic making so I can create something that'll be considered well written, well created in the internet world. Next segment, we're going to be talking about my story that I'm writing. This is being written for a scholarship. That's a lie. I keep saying that. It's not for a scholarship. It's for a competition that's connected to a scholarship. If I win this, I get to have a dinner with a bunch of important people that work in the industry. Not specifically comics, just like design in general. And I will get job opportunities, hopefully, and just connections, like networking, you know? You know that term. Everyone knows that term. Networking, and that's cool. That's interesting. I want to get that. Anyways, my story. It follows three main characters. Number one, he is really the one that you follow the most, Marcus DeBow. He is 24 years old. He kind of plays a role of the one who makes the money, the one who's more organized, thinks about things. He has more anxiety because he's really thinking about the consequences of things, but he's not that good with people. His sister is named Chris DeBow. She lives with him. She doesn't have a job. She's 27. She's the older one. She's kind of more laid back, but at the same time more impulsive with her actions. She just is doing her own thing. She doesn't care about how it affects other people that much. Then there's their neighbor, Nathan, who is friends with both of them. Marcus doesn't like him that much because he kind of just shows up and is kind of wild. Chris is basically his best friend. He shows up, they all hang out. He is into horror movies, stories, just creature lore, like ghosts and ghouls and goblins. Think Spiderwick Chronicles. He's reading that up. He's devouring it, getting every single part of it. He loves the Dark Crystal, probably. Jim Henson. Ooh, he likes Jim Henson. That took me a little bit to say. Likes the Alien movies, you know, all of that nonsense. The plot of the first story would be them three wanting to go see a movie because Nathan heard something on the streets about a secret showing at the movie theater during the nights. Marcus meets a little alien guy. No one believes him. They go see the movie at the nighttime. They find out that it wasn't anything that Nathan thought it was at all. It was actually an ambush against the alien guy that Marcus saw earlier because he's apparently an outlaw in outer space. And they're all mad at him because he knows something that he shouldn't and is trying to destroy their plans. But what is their plans? What's happening? Why are they here on Earth? And now, these three are now connected to him because he had to protect them from the other aliens, and now the main guys who are trying to attack the outlaw now think that he's conspiring with these people and trying to get with the humans and work with them. So, that's how the story kind of progresses afterwards, is now they're tangled with his problems, and they work as like a team, and they call him the boss. He can't speak English because he's an alien. Why would he know? He can understand it, he can process it, but he cannot speak. He's smart enough to figure out what's happening, but he cannot speak himself. And it's kind of like a dynamic of trying to interpret what he's doing, because this alien man, the outlaw, he kind of moves like, think of the nanobots in Big Hero 6, think about Venom, think about just a slimy goop man who is wearing a big cloak because there's a store next door. They live in kind of the outskirts of a city. He goes to like an oddity thrift antique shop, takes that, and he takes a hat. And that's all he's wearing because he wanted to wander the streets. He's very, very tall compared to all the other characters. And after this, he's going to live in the top area of the movie theater. Okay? You picking up what's happening here? We're laying out the story in the first issue. Does this make sense? Is this something that you would be interested in? Don't answer that. Yes, answer that if you feel like it. Basically, in summary, 3 people get roped into alien troubles, but also can't tell the public so they don't freak out. And you want to know why the government isn't involved? because this is Ohio, and they think that it's just a bunch of crazy people overreacting because there's farmland they landed in. Which I think, personally, I like that. You don't know what you're gonna expect. You're gonna look up. What's some recent like criminal cases that you've been seeing? Oh, so basically this man shot a smoothie guy because he said he wanted pineapple in his drink, but the thing is he added 2 things of pineapple, and that's way too much pineapple. And you know what happened? He drove away in a little tiny clown car. That was not funny. But you get my vision, okay? You're seeing what I'm saying, you're hearing it, and you're processing it, correct? I'm not the best at writing, and I'm trying to draw it out. And if anyone in the world is seeing this and would love to educate the youth and help, help the industry, like with the future generations of the world, help them make more cool sci-fi things, like fun stories, like, would you do that? And I don't just mean like random like 20-year-old people. I'm saying, like, is there anyone out there who's been doing this for years who can educate me? Because I'm genuinely interested in learning. I'm genuinely interested in educating myself on this topic because it's something I'm passionate about and would love to be more knowledgeable of and become even better at it. And a good way to do that is learn from those who were there already. So, yeah. The light that I'm using is dying. So I'd say that's the end of this.